It's semifinals 2 here at Bolen Park. It's Kingsmen X versus SAMP Army. It's definitely going to be showdown, and we'll find out which team is going to meet Kingsmen in the final tomorrow. Joined with me is the Vice President of 22 Yards, Michael Virk, the on-field umpires, Avi Ganguly and Ishan Mule, the third umpire, Rohan Chambers, and the match referee, Anil Pop, and of course our captains with me, Monang Patel from SAMP Army and Kingsmen X, Shehan Jangir. So now we'll have the toss. So SAMP Army is the home team. Heads is the call. Heads it is. So you guys have won the toss. What have you chosen to do and why?
We would like to bat first. No reasoning. I mean, the wicket's going to be the same, of course, and we're just trying to get some runs on the board and put them in the back foot when it comes our time to bowl.
What do you think would be a good total? We saw 214 earlier today, and they were able to comfortably keep that total.
I mean, the way the whole conditions are playing, I think anything over 180 would be a competitive score because it's also a semi-final, a lot of nerves and everything, and a lot on the line. So I think we're trying to aim in for that 180, and let's see how the innings progress, and we'll figure out later.
Do you have any changes to your squad?
We play with the same team.
Okay. And one last question. First off, congratulations on making the qualifier for USA Cricket. You'll be heading out next week. So how has this tournament, helped you prepare for that as well? And you're also playing against your skipper as well.
Amazing. It's Monank is our captain for the USA team. He's been doing great over there, and just to be sharing this platform and captaining two top sides for respectable franchises, it's an honor, and these are the things.
Welcome everyone to the second semi-final of the Unity Cup 2023 between Kingsmen X and SAMP Army. Kingsmen X winning the toss, deciding to bat first. Shehan Jangir and Riza Hendricks, their two openers. Netra Valkar opening the attack for SAMP Army. And we've got the first ball of the second semi-final coming up. That's a good delivery to start off. Keeps it outside off. And just beating the bat of Jangir. I'm Jael Hansen. Joining me here in the commentary box, Arsh Arora. Great to have you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yep. Bright sunny day. Perfect conditions for the second semi-final. Nice breeze flowing. I'm excited to be part of this second semi-final between Kingsmen X and SAMP Army. Kingsmen X, undefeated team so far. SAMP Army lost one game against Atlanta Fire.
And that one's gone up in the air, mid-off, and he takes the catch. Shehan Jangir is gone for a second ball duck, and that is a huge wicket. SAMP Army, Netra Valkar, he strikes early. And how big of a wicket is that? Jangir walking back without scoring.
He was in prime form. I mean, that's a big blow for Kingsmen X. He has been their leading run scorer, giving them good solid start. Even yesterday, here's the replay. A little bit short. He tried to go for the pull, mistimed, and taken at mid-off.
And a good catch that to send Jangir back. And Saurabh Netra Valkar, the former US captain with all his experience, he's picked up a very important wicket here.
So the new batsman is Tajinder Singh. He has a good experience coming from the Indian subcontinent. But he's going to face the prime bowler of USA Cricket, Saurabh, who has been the captain of USA team. and has loads and loads of international experience behind him. Was part of the India under-19 and has been representing USA cricket for over a decade now.
Oh, and that's a good delivery there. On the body there, on a good length. First up to the Tajinder Singh. Netravalkar here, he's starting off really well, and SAMP Army, they've got an excellent bowling attack. This time short, pulled away into the leg side, and he'll pick up a maximum. What a way to get off the mark for Tajinder Singh, and with that, Kingsmen X, they're up and running.
Saurabh misses his mark just a slight bit and paying the price.
And we have a look at that again, going in short there, Netravalkar. And does really well pulling that away into a vacant deep mid-wicket region. And this time through the offside, past the man at point, and picks up a boundary. So Tajinder Singh here early on looking to take the charge to SAMP Army's premier fast bowler Saurabh Netravalkar.
That's what it does. You know, one boundary brings the another one. It's similar to wickets, but this time he bowled a short ball, went for a 6 over deep mid wicket, so overcompensated by going outside off, and Tajinder was on the mark to cut it through the point boundary.
And now we can see a man out there deep point. And just the two allowed outside the circle. The other appears to be a deep square leg. So I think Netravalkar could continue to go on that good length, just back of a length, maybe even a bit short. That length, as that one's just guided out to the man in the deep. And with that, it'll be the end of the over as well. Tajinder Singh, he'll retain strike, and after the first, 11 for 1 are Kingsmen X.
So not the start that Kingsmen X were expecting. They lost an early wicket of the in-form batsman Shayan Jahangir. He was looking set to be the top run scorer, but this will affect his chances. Now from the one international bowler to the other,
Maximum
Shannon
flight distance
Gabriel
reached.
from the other end will be bowling to Tajinder. That was a nasty bouncer, right on the money, and that's what experienced bowler does. Struck on the glove, a little bit of discomfort for the batsman.
Yeah, Shannon Gabriel, such an experienced bowler he is, having represented West Indies at the international level. And Kingsmen X, they'll be hoping Tajinder Singh is okay. And we'll just have a look at the SAMP Army lineup now. With the ball in hand, you have the likes of Ashley Nurse, Obis PNR, Shannon Gabriel, of course, here, Najaf Shah, Nisarg Patel, they've got a lot of bowling options. And Saurabh Netravalkar, of course, we've seen already. And with the bat in hand, Andreas Gauss at the top. Such a destructive player he can be. Obis, of course. You've got Saiteja Mukamala too in the side. Monank Patel, the captain and wicketkeeper. So a star-studded side that SAMP Army have here as Gabriel runs in. Oh, that's a top edge. And it flies over the boundary, over the keeper and over the boundary behind him for a maximum. So a bit lucky he could consider himself, Najinder Singh there, but he'll pick up a maximum nonetheless. Shannon Gabriel persisting with that short delivery and getting the top edge with a bit of extra bounce.
That's what extra pace and extra bounce does. Sometimes it leads to the top edges going over the boundary. And amazing pictures being provided by the drone view. As you can see, a skytop view for the game. Perfect conditions.
And a beautiful ground Bolen Park is here in Leesburg, Virginia. The setting for this Unity Cup 2023, the third edition of the tournament. As Gabriel runs in once again. Oh, and has he gotten an edge on that? May just have Tajinder Singh as he looked to go inside out.
So things getting interesting here. I mean, 1.3 overs, 17 for 1. For all the viewers at home, we would love to know your power play predictions. What do you think will be the good score for Kingsmen X? In the end of the power play, would they want it more than 50, 55 or higher than that? Do get your predictions by the end of third over.
This one just defended into the leg side. So Gabriel, besides that 6, he's been bowling well, and even that maximum was off a top edge. So this really is turning out to be an excellent over here from the West Indian international.
So that is what experience is, Jay. He's trying to cramp for room and, you know, hitting that hard length, not giving any width whatsoever. Perfect bowling line for him. And it's up in the air. Mid-on's coming under it. And takes an easy catch. That's departure for Tajinder.
Obis PNR there taking the catch. Shannon Gabriel now picking up a wicket and 2 down early in the power player Kingsmen X. This is definitely not the start they would have wanted after winning the toss, deciding to bat first. And things really aren't looking too good for them at the moment. Tajinder Singh there looking to go downtown. It already picked up a maximum earlier in the over.
Probably the semi-final pressure, I would say. They want quick runs, but they need to make sure that don't give that added advantage to SAMP Army. They are an experienced team and knows how to handle these pressure situations.
Absolutely, and SAMP Army, they are the defending champions of the Unity Cup, having won the tournament last year, looking to go 2-2. And as far as a spot in the finals, they've really started this semi-final off well.
But I believe Kingsmen do have the batting lineup. You know, they have Shehan Jayasuriya, who's just come to the crease, and Fawad Alam, who has been a good batsman, Khurram Manzoor, Hasib Azam. They're all good. And, you know, Reza Hendricks hasn't faced a ball. He is a South African international player and has been doing well. And rest, they have Shadley Van and Shubham Ranjane as bowling in the bowling department. Ehsan Adil, Danish Aziz and Asif Mahmood. We saw what damage Asif did yesterday in the quarter-final. Successful number comes to the end. 1 wicket and just 1 lone top at 6 from Shannon Gabriel. It's 17 for 2 at the end of 2 overs. As you can see the top angle view from the drone. Saurabh running in to Reza Hendricks. And a good ball in the end. So guys, do make your predictions at the end of power play. What will be the score of Kingsmen X? We're getting comments about around 40 to 50. We have to be more specific. 45, 46. We have people saying 35, which I believe won't be the case.
As Netravalkar runs in once again, that's just guided out towards the man in the deep. And they'll pick up the single. Arsh, what about your predictions? End of the power play. 4 more overs to go. Where do you see Kingsmen X?
I would say 43 would be a good score at the end of 6 overs. Don't want Kingsmen X to lose any more wickets. Very good delivery by Saurabh here. Hitting the right length. Nice carry to the keeper. So good thing about Saurabh, I believe, is he's not express quick, but he has got that perfect line and length and can swing both ways, which can be damaging. I mean, not many players are good with the swinging ball. They are good with the pace, but when it comes to swing, they do hesitate.
This one is just clipped off Jayasuriya's pads out towards deep mid wicket. Yeah, Netravalkar, by all means, not the quickest around. He's an exceptional fast bowler though.
Keep your predictions coming. 2 balls left. And you can see the beautiful view of the Bolen Park here in Leesburg, Virginia. And we have got so many spectators. Thanks for them.
Yes, that's an excellent delivery. Just past the outside of it, edge of Hendricks. Yeah, and as we saw in that drone shot, there are quite a few spectators as well coming around out to Bolen Park.
I think with the ball flying, they could use a slip. How Saurabh is beating the bat, they could afford SAMP Army to get a mid wicket or a fielder from cover out and get an extra slip and added pressure.
They absolutely could continue to be attacking there. They've already picked up 2, as that's the end of 3 overs. Just 2 coming from that Netravalkar over. And after 3, 19 for 2 are Kingsmen X. Shannon
We have
Gabriel
got
here.
the predictions 43, 45, 50, 52. Jay, we are left with you. What's your final take? You have to pick a number now.
Well, I'll go around the middle of all of those. I'll go with a nice 44-ish. That one's clipped off the pads towards square leg. The man out in the deep. There's a deep square leg and a deep third man. The two men out.
Good bowling by Shannon Gabriel. Sticking to the middle and leg line. No room whatsoever. Difficult to free the arms.
Now with a deep square leg and a deep third man, and knowing that the short ball has been successful for Gabriel, do you see him using that as a change-up on the fourth, fifth ball of the over, trying to surprise the batsman?
So the field change. They got deep fine leg and deep square leg. So short ball is definitely on the cards now.
He goes full on that occasion, and that's going to go over the boundary on the bounce, I believe. Yes, as the umpire signals. So this time going full, just a bit outside off, and inside out Hendricks went, picks up a boundary, his first of the day.
Yep. Gave room, gave a chance for Riza to free his arms. He was bowling good line, middle and leg, but there has been the change and Shannon paid the price.
And now Gabriel, that's much better on the stumps, just pulling his length back a bit. This has been a good over, 5 from it with a couple of balls to go.
Oh, amazing view of the 30-yard circle from the top.
Oh, that one on the pads, just flicked away out to deep fine leg. And he'll pick up the single. Will Hendricks.
So I like how Shannon is not trying to do anything extra, keeping his bowling stump to stump, doing the basics right, and that's what everyone has to learn. People often nowadays, I see bowlers experimenting a lot with their bowling, and which often leads to giving the batsman boundary balls.
What a
Squared
ball
him
that is.
up. An amazing ball by Shannon Gabriel.
Yeah, what a ball that is to finish the over off. 6 from it. And after 4, 25 for 2 Kingsmen X. So a bit of a slow start here at Bolen Park.
Saurabh continuing back for his third over. Bowling to Riza Hendricks.
This one just clipped off his pads towards mid-wicket. So Nether Walker here bowling 3 in the power play, which is something we've seen him do for SAMP Army quite a bit.
It's a good move, going for that added pressure, and if they get one more wicket, they have seriously made good inroads in the power play. So I think that's a good move, and uh, probably it's seeming difficult that Kingsmen X will score around 45-50. So if you want to change your predictions, you have 2 balls after the predictions are logged.
Well, that's flicked away and into the boundary as well. So we'll just wait for the call if it's a boundary or maximum. But an excellent shot that was on the pads and just flicked it away to Jayasuriya.
So just straying down on the leg side a little bit, gave the chance to free his arms.
And there's our broadcast tent. To the right of your screen, you see our umpires and match officials. And then the commentary there on the left. Netravalkar now just keeping that one outside off. Much better, just persisting outside of the stumps, which I think is a good line for him to go to.
So yeah, the 2 added wickets, just a little bit of pressure on the Kingsmen X, have to use a little bit of cautious approach rather than what they are known for. Oh, that was an edge, but bounced in front of the keeper. And it hit Monank on the jaw, I believe. Monank Patel, our US captain for the men's 50-over team, and will be representing USA next month in the World Cup qualifiers. A big moment for the USA team, getting a chance to play against the big giants, West Indies.
Zimbabwe as well there in the qualifiers, another test playing nation. So we just have a look at that ball again. A bit of an outside edge, just a feather. Bouncing just in front, and yeah, there's that awkward bounce. Hitting him right on the jaw there, but Monank seems to be okay. As Netravalkar runs in once again, and another really good delivery that.
Shehan getting a little bit impatient there, trying to swing his way out of the pressure that's being created by the SAMP Army bowlers, who hasn't given any bad balls in the first 5 overs.
And so one more ball now remains in Netravalkar's third. And this one is just guided out towards point. This will just pick up a single from it. And so with that, the end of Netravalkar's third, 6 from it, and after 5, 31 for 2 are Kingsmen X.
So a bowling. Sorry for the technical trouble there. The score is 40. Last ball. We got 43, 44, 45 as with the predictions. So at the end of power play, the score is 41 for 2. So my prediction proved the closest. I predicted 43. To your J, 44.
Well, nevertheless, it's been a really good power play this, I think, for SAMP Army. Losing the toss, they had to field first, and I think they'd be happy with their performance. 31 for 2. No, 41 for 2, sorry. At the end of 6. And now it seems Manoj Acharya has been brought into the attack. Very skilled bowler Acharya is.
A little bit on the back foot, the Kingsmen X, but they've got a solid partnership here. Shehan Jaisuri and Riza Hendricks playing really well, playing according to the situation, I would say. Taking their time and just play along, build a small partnership, and then they can start going for their strokes.
That's wrapped him on the pads, and the finger goes up. There's the big wicket that Riza Hendricks has to walk back. That is a massive wicket here for SAMP Army.
Manoj Acharya strikes on his first ball. Straight ball, Riza trying to play towards the mid wicket. Wrapped on the pads. An umpire had no hesitation giving him out.
So the top 3 now for Kingsmen X are gone. Manoj Acharya brought into the attack, getting a wicket on just his first delivery. Hendricks 8 off 10 he made, he's gone for. Bonner, the new man in, having represented the West Indies at the international level.
best.
So thank you to our sponsors, CSM, our equipment partner for the Unity Cup, and Agua Alkaline Hydration, our hydration partner here in the 3rd edition of the Unity Cup. So thank you to both of them for making this tournament possible. We've really seen some amazing high level intense cricket.
Completed from Manoj's over. He has taken first ball wicket. Fantastic first ball from Manoj. He's been bowling really well this season and this tournament, and even the last quarterfinals he came in, bowled 4 overs. That's a really good economy rate. Not surprised he came in first ball. He took out really excellent batsman from South Africa, Reza Hendricks. Jay, what's your prediction going how that the things have gone so far? What's your prediction with this game?
Well, I think SAMP Army, with the way they've been playing, already picking up the top 3 of Kingsmen X, I think they will be favourites here, and I'm going to back them to win this game, but still I think very early on here. Just the power play done for the first innings. How about your predictions here? SAMP Army, Kingsmen X?
Well,
who's meeting Kingsmen in the finals?
I mean, looking at the both teams, they're equal. I mean, it looked pretty close. I was hoping, I was thinking this is going to be a close game because Kingsmen X haven't lost a game yet in the prelims, including the quarterfinals. So, of course, quarterfinals. So they won all the games thus far. But whereas SAMP Army has lost 1 game against Atlanta Fire during the league stage. So, but they did come back after that loss. Their first game was against Soka Blue Jay. Being the U19 players, they took care of the chase within 6 overs. But the third game is where they really they came back big against Punjab Royals. They won the toss and they elected to bat first, and they scored 284 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. I mean, that's the game where Sai Teja, U19 national player, scored 100. And the third game as well, they had a clinical game against Baltimore. The quarterfinals, they won the toss, elected to bat first. They had scored 203 runs for 7 wickets, and then they took care of, I'm sorry, not Baltimore Royals, it was Atlanta Fire. So to take care of Atlanta Fires, they got them out in 145. So, I mean, they have a batting, and of course, we see the bowling as well now. But then again, I'm not going to rule out Kingsmen. Anything can happen, 20 overs. But because they have done it all games, what do you think? I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it absolutely is. And Kingsmen X, SAMP Army, they're both quality sides. We had a look at the playing 11s for both the teams a while back, and we saw that both the sides have got some star players in their team, a lot of international experience as well. And it appears that the issues in regards to the impact player have been resolved out in the middle. So Manoj Acharya now ready to run in. As that one's just going to be defended by Border.
We are back live. It looks like game got restarted. 2 balls into the over, 2 dot balls. Whatever the issue was, I guess looks like they resolved it. Shihan Jayasuriya is looking good thus far, 16 out of 18. And Kruba Banner from West Indies, he plays for national team. He plays primarily test, but he's a fantastic T20 player as well. He's at the crease as well. So Manoj, next ball in. Short of a length on the leg stump, tucked towards square leg for a single.
Yeah, just clipped that one off his pads. Did Jayasuriya, and that gets Bonner onto strike. Now in need of a partnership here are Kingsmen X. 43 for 3 with 1 ball left in the 7th. Final ball of Acharya's over, and that is very well done to finish off. So an excellent over from Acharya comes to an end. 2 runs in the big wicket of Reza Hendricks coming from it. And after 7, 43 for 3 are Kingsmen X.
New bowler coming in, Basil Hamid.
And the first one, just a bit of an outside edge, past the keeper and runs away to the boundary for 4. Right in front of us here in the commentary box. And so Basil Hamid, this over starts off with a boundary. As we have a look at that again. Just looking to cut it away was Shehan Jayasuriya. And Jayasuriya is a very experienced player, one of the highest run scorers in minor league cricket, representing the Silicon Valley Strikers. Won the tournament back in 2021. As this one just beats his outside edge. And Bonner going down to have a chat with him.
Next ball from Basil Hamid, driven through wide extra cover for a single. Basil Hamid, excellent off-spin bowler, original from India. Plays primarily for UAE national team. He also plays ODI for UAE team. Supposed to play in Ranji earlier in the career, but moved to United Arab Emirates for work. But he's been so far he's been doing fantastic in this over, except for the first ball that he sprayed down the leg that was glanced to the for a boundary. But otherwise so far this has been a good over, decent over. But this ball is a short ball down the leg side. That will certainly, and rolls over boundary. And umpire adjudicates that ball as wide ball, boundary.
Yeah, and that one went past everyone. The batsman, the keeper also missing it. And so 5 wides there for Kingsmen X. They'll very much take that as it brings their score up to 50 now, 53 for 3. And that's well done by the man at backward point, putting a stop to that as the batsmen come across for a single.
Good ball there was, comeback ball. The batsman wasn't in control, complete control of the ball outside the off stump. Probably touched slower. Batsman tried to drive but played uppishly for single. Good finish to this eventful over. So 6 runs plus 5 extras. Probably a little expensive first over, but not what he was expecting. Kingsmen X 54 runs for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 8 overs. Manoj Acharya is coming back for the second over of his spell from a commentary end.
Starts off with a good delivery on the stumps. Does Acharya. I think Acharya is a good bowler. He's economical. Also picks up a couple of wickets as well. He's already gotten one. As this is just guided towards point. So from here, where do you see, or how do you see Kingsmen X now going from here as far as this partnership is concerned? Bonner and Jayasuriya, what do you think the plan should be for them at this stage?
I think at this stage they need to keep going for next 5-6 overs, probably about 7. I would say get to 7, 8, maybe 9 runs and over, and then they still have plenty of batting to come. They have Khurram Manzoor, Shubham Ranjane as well. Then they have Fawad Alam. I mean, there's still plenty of batting to come, but this pair needs to continue to bat, continue to accumulate runs. Maybe one hit in an over, big hit, but they definitely need about, I would say, 180, 190. Anything less than that, not going to be, because the way SAMP Army they've scored in the last few games, that their opening, especially Andreas Goes, once he gets going, there's no stopping. So he has been a biggest run scorer for them. Along with him, Sai Teja with 100, Obas Pioneer, PNR, and they have plenty of batting. So anything less than 180 is not sufficient. So I'm guessing they're going to look at 180, 190 in the list, and they can do it if they can. This pair can continue to bowl next 4 or 5 overs, get the score to maybe 100. Then the last 8 overs they can score maybe 70, 80. These extra runs are going to help.
Yeah, just as that one, getting one for the overthrow, these two batsmen. Just good match awareness there and looking for every single run. And on the point of really getting to that 180, 190 mark, well, it does seem a long way away. We've seen today that these conditions, it's good for batting. And throughout this tournament, we've seen some high scores. So it's very much possible. All it takes is that one over, as we saw in the last game as well. One big over and all of a sudden the momentum's with you. Favorable conditions for batting, and you could very much be looking at putting up a really good total here.
True. It's not going to be easy for Kingsmen X, but this hit's going to help. Rare loose ball from Manoj Acharya, short ball. Kuruma Banner puts that away over the mid wicket for 6 runs. But balls like this, it's going to help. I mean, they just have to wait for one bad ball in an over. Hopefully they get it and then put that away, punish that, and score as big runs, and then rest of them rotate, get maybe 1, 2, 3, whatever runs you can. Maybe if you can get 8, 9, 8, 9, because they already lost 3 wickets, so they can't take too many risks. But at the same time, they gotta score runs.
Yeah, and we have a look at these last 2 overs. This one going for 10, the one before this for 11. So this is exactly what they need. You're picking up 1 boundary, 1 maximum in an over, and besides that, just knocking the ball around, looking to get singles and twos, and all of a sudden you're going at 9, 10 and over.
Correct. We have Basil Hamid continuing the other side, the far end. And first ball, full outside the off stump, lofted over, wide long off for yet another 6. Excellent shot that was. Slightly fuller length, but Shihan Jayasuriya cashes in on all of 100%. Let's watch the replay. Little touch outside the off stump and lofts it over, wide long off for a huge 6. Excellent shot that was.
Now this is the smart thing to do here from Shayan Jayasuriya. They've got the maximum in this over, and now just coming back there for a couple of runs. Appeal for run out, and he's gonna send it upstairs here. We'll have a look at this.
Yeah. Third umpire, TV director. We have a run out review by the umpire at the striker's end. Soft signal is out. Give me your best angle. I've made my decision. Not out. Avik, change your decision to not out. Well, it's not out. Can you hear me?
So not out, the verdict there by the third umpire. Shayan Jayasuriya just about making his ground. But we were on the topic of smart batting. You've got the maximum for this over, now just look to hit the ball around, get singles and twos exactly like that. They've run the first one hard, looking for the second, and making it quite comfortably in the end as well.
Good comeback from Basil Hamid. First ball goes for 6. Second one, there was a close run out. The decision was sent upstairs for the review by the third umpire, adjudicated as a not out. Again, this was a good ball outside the off stump, almost Yorker length. Dug it out to gully fielder. Batsman gambled through for a single.
And so 9 runs have come from this over till now. And this is exactly what we were saying about, just go for those 9-10 runs and over. 1 ball still to go here from Basil Hamid. Oh, and that's a full toss. Just hit out towards cow corner. And they'll settle for the single with that. Bonner, he'll retain strike. And after 10, the midway stage of the innings, 74 for 3 are Kingsmen X.
We have a new bowler from commentary end, Syed Najaf Shah, switching end, coming from commentary end this side. Jay, as we were saying earlier, 9-10 runs. If you look at the last 3 overs, every over they had either boundary or a 6. On top of that, they had singles and some extras. They've been getting 10 runs and over, 10, 11 runs and over, and I think that's the right plan. They don't want to lose wicket at this point. Especially these are the two of their main batsmen. They have 2 more to come, but they want to be able to reserve some of the wickets towards the later part of the game, the inning. But they are doing fantastic thus far. Bonner is 12 from 8. Jayasuriya 32 from 31.
What a catch that is! Diving a bit forward to his left as well. And that is an excellent take. We were just talking about how wickets shouldn't be falling at this stage. But Bonner, he's got to go now. Najaf Shah, his first ball now of his second over, and he has struck. Bonner just looking to open the face of the bat, trying to just hit it through that backward point region. Hits it a bit aerial, and a really good take that was.
Fantastic catch. I'm hoping that we get a replay of that to look at it. Here's a replay coming on Najaf Shah. Ball a little bit short of a good length outside the off turn. That was a beautiful diving catch diving forward catch by the fielder. Looks like that's Nisarg Patel. Fantastic catch that is. We talked about batsman plan, how they need to stay at the wicket, get 10 runs and over, but given the quality and the caliber of the bowlers that we have, especially Najaf Shah, he's been operating for a long time. It's hard to put he doesn't give any loose balls away. He's an experienced campaigner. Even we saw earlier throughout this tournament, he's been keeping the nice and tight line. He has picked up, but that's why he has picked up 6 wickets thus far at a strike rate of 12. So excellent start for Najaf Shah.
Shubham Ranjan now, the new man in. Oh, and this time cut away and running away. There's a man out in the deep, but it's gonna beat him. So picking up a boundary now, Ranjana, an excellent way to get off the mark there. Saw some width on that one. A bit short as well, and past point, and he's placed it right in between that man at point and deep covers. As we'll have a look at that again. There we go, just cutting it away. The deep covers, a good chase he put on, but not being able to get there in the end. So Najaf Shah now. Where does he go? Oh, and this time goes full and straight to the man at covers. That was drilled right to him. Najaf Shah now. This time, just going a bit more onto fourth stumps, just moving his line a bit. And it's just guided towards backward point for that single. Najaf Shah now, one ball left in his over. Oh, and that's a full toss there, but and just defended towards the mid-on region. They'll take a single with that. Shehan Jayasuriya retaining strike as 6 and a wicket come from that over. And after 11, 80 for 4 are Kingsmen X.
We have a bowler change. Ashley Nurse coming for his first over. First over, full ball down the leg side, driven to mid-wicket for a single. But batsman, well, that's a fantastic running by the batsman.
And we've seen that today. The excellent running continuing quick between the wickets. Turning dots into singles, singles into twos. Oh, Nurse now going outside off. That ball is just staying a bit low. Jayasuriya not being able to cut it away. Deep covers and long off, the two men back on the offside. This one defended right back to Nurse though, and you could see that intent. The non-striker Bonner taking a couple of steps down the track, trying to even get a single for that, which was definitely not on offer, as they rightly decided against it. And this is it, down the ground, running away to the boundary, and it gets there in the end as well. So Shehan Jayasuriya, a couple of dots there, and now picks up a boundary. Nurse going full, and that's driven straight down the ground. We have a look at that one again. It was aerial for a while. And this time cries of catch it, and the catch is taken. That one going straight up in the air. Third man taking a regulation catch, and Shehan Jayasuriya, the set Shehan Jayasuriya, gone for 40.
Excellent comeback by Ashley Nurse, especially after that boundary ball. That was not a bad ball. There's just the excellence of Shehan Jayasuriya, driven straight down the ground for boundary. But after that, this ball is a little shorter ball. Jayasuriya must be upset with himself for not put that away, but ends up top edging to gully for Najaf Shah to clean up and take an excellent catch. This is a big breakthrough for Kingsmen X. Apologies for SAMP Army. Kingsmen X is at 86 for 5 in 11.5 overs. Good over by Ashley thus far. He's been taking in wickets regularly. He's been always providing breakthrough for the team. So far he's got 7 wickets from the tournament for the team. regardless, that's a big breakthrough for SAMP Army.
And Ashley Nurse, the West Indian international, picking up a wicket in his first over. Fawad Alam, the new man in. And goes for the big shot. There's a man out in the deep, and he'll take the catch. 2 and 2 here for Ashley Nurse, and Fawad Alam is gone for a first ball duck. Ashley Nurse, a game-changing over this is turning out to be, and Kingsmen X now 6 down. $88 for 6 at the end of 12. Kingsmen X in some trouble here in the semi-finals. Apologies, Danish Aziz, the man who's gone for a golden duck. So we have a change in the commentary box as George Matthias steps out, and joining me here, Arsh Arora comes in. So great to have you back.
Thank you. So great over by Ashley Nurse, picking up 2 wickets, really denting the Kingsmen X. They were looking good for a big score, but the Nurse got set batsman Shian Jahansure out, and the first ball duck. The chances looking slim now for Kingsmen X to get a big score.
Yeah, well, they do have the batting to come. It is going to be tough from here on out. The new batsman out there, Fawad Alam. And joining Shubham Ranjan out in the middle. And Manoj Acharya here. He's been brought back 1 for 12 off his first 2. Picking up that big wicket of Reza Hendricks. As this one's just nudged into a vacant mid-wicket region.
So Fawad Alam, the ex-Pakistani international, he has a remarkable comeback story. Played Pakistan cricket for 15 years after making his last appearance, and scored a number of runs in the test match circuit for Pakistan. A good slower ball from Manoj Acharya. He has been bowling well, just line to line and hitting the good spots.
And this one just an outside edge, the third man now. Arsh, if you were out there right now, being a player, if you were out there right now, how would you look to go about this innings? from a Kingsmen X perspective here. 6 down, 91 on the board, still 7 overs to go.
I mean, I would not want to lose any more wickets till the end of 16th over. For the next 3 overs, I will be looking at scoring 15 to 18 runs, even if there are a couple of dot balls. Doesn't matter. You need to play the full 20 overs, and rather than going for shots, just take your time for the next 3 overs, get a small partnership running, and then maybe try and hit in the last 4 overs.
And 15-20 runs, that gets them to about 110-ish at the end of 16. After that, if they're able to really be explosive, provide us with some fireworks, then they could really look to get towards that 150, 160 type score, maybe even a bit higher. And I think with the bowling attack that Kingsmen X have, that could very much be defended here.
I totally agree with you there, Jay. Ashley Nurse coming into the attack. I think from this position, if they score 150, that would be a good score, at least something for the bowlers, to work upon and go about their business. They still have good chance of defending that if they get 150. But anything less than that, I don't see a problem for a SAMP Army to chase that down.
Yeah, and SAMP, they've got some amazing batsmen with the likes of Andreas Gauss, Sobis PNR, Monang Patel, Saiteja Mukamala, all of whom we'll see on show in some time during the second innings.
So Ashley Nurse trying to get his overs done quickly. Bowling wicket to wicket, not trying anything different. Dug down to deep square leg for a single.
This one's just defended right back to Nurse. Really has bowled well, a couple of wickets in quick succession at the end of his last over. This one nudged into a vacant square leg region, the man from the deep running in.
So this is a good way what they are doing in this over, just picking up singles, the field is open, little bit of sensible cricket. Single doubles is the need of the hour for the next 2-3 overs, I would say.
Yeah, they really can't afford to lose another wicket here. Kingsmen X, as you said, as that's going to be the end of the Nurse over, 5 coming from it, and after 14, 96 for 6 are Kingsmen X.
So SAMP Army looking to wrap things up, bringing on their most experienced bowler, Shannon Gabriel, the West Indies international. They're in search for the remaining 4 wickets and trying to get Kingsmen X out before their allocated 20 overs are done. Great bowling from Shannon there. So guys, it's that time, prediction time again. Let's see what everybody thinks. What would be a good score after the end of 20 overs for Kingsmen X? They look in a spot of bother, but an over here or there, 1 or 2 overs, big overs, can change the course of this match. So do get your predictions out. What do you think? 140, 150, or more than that, 160, 170? Waiting to hear it out.
And that's a short ball past fine leg, and it's going to run away to the boundary for 4. With that, the triple figures coming up for Kingsmen X, 100 for 6 midway through the 15th. And that was not really too good of a delivery by Gabriel. Went a bit short, going down leg as well, and just helping it on its way was Ranjane, using the pace that Gabriel's offers. This one just nudged away into the leg side as well. Now short fine legs moved out to the deep, so now we've got a deep fine leg in place, which means that there's no one inside the circle on the leg side. You have a long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, and a deep fine leg. That was the feel that was there to the right-handed batsman, to Ranjane. And for the left-hander as well, it's the same thing. Except it seems that mid-wicket is being brought in. So the one man inside the circle on the leg side. Fawad Alam, quite a unique batting stance he's got. As this one's hit out towards the man at deep covers. Just getting the single from it.
So useful knock here from Shubham Ranjane, 16 of 15, and Fawad Alam giving him proper support, 3 of just 5 deliveries. He's looking in good touch, Shubham. And he smoked that towards the deep fine leg for a single.
One ball left in the 15th.
He would consider him a little bit unfortunate. This was there to hit, couldn't get the timing right. It could have been a good 6 over the deep fine leg boundary, because given the Gabriel's speed, that would have been easy pickings for him.
Now with the Kingsmen X batsman not really looking to be too aggressive, just trying to hit the ball around for singles and twos. Arsh, do you feel SAMP Army should be a bit more aggressive as far as their field placement goes? Maybe have a few more men inside the circle, really make the Kingsmen X batsmen have to hit aerial shots in order to score runs?
We'll get back to that in the next over. Score is 105 for 6 in 15 overs. So SAMP Army bringing Najaf Shah back into the attack to bowl to Shubham. And he's hit that. It could be out. Gone. Good catch at deep square leg. There was a good partnership building, but I think probably the inexperience of Shubham Ranjane got ahead of him. He had an experienced partner with him in Fawad Alam, and they were actually looking to build a good partnership, but a shot that could have been avoided for 1 or 2 more overs to build that score. That was not the case.
Yeah, that's a massive wicket there for SAMP Army. To see the back of Shubham Ranjan, who is a good player. You give him some time, he can be very destructive. Gone for a run of all 17 today. And so SAMP Army picking up their 7th wicket. And another setback now for Kingsmen X. 105 for 7. And we're on the first ball of the 16th over.
So this actually dents their chances, of making the score to 150. I would have played it on and then just try hitting the last 3 or 4 overs rather than going in the 16th over. One more over, they could have taken, got 8 or 10 out of it. But I think that was not the case. It's going to be difficult for them now, I believe, to get to that 150 score.
Yeah, difficult indeed. Already 7 down now. Khurram Manzoor, the new man in, as that one's hit a point. And they're going to come through for a single. The overthrow allowing the second, and that's very well run. With that, Manzoor off the mark.
Next batsman is the crowd's, the viewers' favourite, I would say, Khurram Manzoor. There were a little bit of discussions about him yesterday also. He has good support from the viewers. Good fielding at the short third man by the big man, Shannon Gabriel. That was a certain 4, but good save.
A good save indeed, off the outside edge that was. As we have a look at that again, past the diving keeper. We're doing well. Third man at third man.
So I think it's going to be a rebuilding phase again. Probably now the pushback of hitting, going for their shots will be done at the end of 17 overs. Earlier it could have been 16 if they had a wicket in hand, but now I believe it's going to be at the end of 17 overs, and all that depends on the experience of Fawad Alam to get them out of the ditch here.
That's an excellent delivery there. Oh, and they're going to come through for a single too. That is not good in the field by SAMP Army. We've seen a few of those overthrows allowing runs which really weren't there.
So Monank tried to be cheeky there, trying to get the run out, but missed it and gave away the extra run. So guys, we're probably going to be closing the predictions soon. Do let them come in. What would be the final score? Also, do you think Kingsmen X will play the full quota of 20 overs, or SAMP Army will get them all out before that?
Yeah, we'd love to hear all of your predictions. Manzoor now, that was a short delivery which he just pulled away out to deep square leg. Now Kingsmen X, they've still got Asif Mahmood remaining, and Asif of course finished off a game against the DMV Warriors, I believe, in the league stage, which was an excellent game, a final ball thriller, and I believe he had a sequence of 4-4-6 off the last 3 balls to win Kingsmen X that game. As this one's played out to the man in the deep at cow corner, running to his left. And with that, it'll be the end of the over as well. 6 and a wicket coming from it. So Najaf Shah, his excellent bowling continuing. And after 16, 111 for 7 are Kingsmen X. Manoj Acharya here, brought back. 1 for 15 off his first 3, very economical.
His last over has bowled amazing lines today. Good bowling by him. Not trying anything. Good mix of, I would say, slower balls and the back of length deliveries.
Absolutely, he's really got some good variations to Acharya. And more importantly, knows how to use them well.
So the predictions have been coming in: 156, 148, 158, 153 and 150. Do keep them coming. We're going to close the predictions at the end of 17 over. So what do you think, Jay? What would be a good score?
Well, I think with the batting that SAMP Army have, they've really got to try and get at least past that 150 mark at the absolute minimum. But with the bowling that Kingsmen X have, they could very much restrict SAMP to a lower total. And I'll come back to that after this ball, which is just flicked away the deep square leg. But I remember the game against Atlanta Fire, not in the quarterfinals but in the league stage. SAMP Army, they lost a couple wickets early and they found it very hard to come back from that in that game, because they're a top heavy side, or SAMP Army. So Kingsmen X, if they can try and somehow get to that 145, 150-ish mark and then pick up a few early wickets, they could very much be in this game.
That's some good bowling by Manoj Acharya, and that's what early wickets does to you. You know, that dent your chances to get to that big score in the end. You can't play freely in the last 3-4 overs. Otherwise, it would have been really good to see some big shots, big sixes at the Bolen Park in Virginia.
And there's a swing and a miss there. Being a bit too early on it was Khurram Manzoor. And with that, it's going to be end of the over as well. Just 3 coming from it. Manoj Acharya finishes his spell. 4 overs, 1 for 18. How good has he been today? And 17 overs done, 114 for 7. Now final 18 deliveries. Let's see how many more Kingsmen X can get.
So I think SAMP Army is going to be working with their main primary bowlers. Najaf Shah has 1, Shannon Gabriel has 1 more, and probably Saurabh. These are the 3 I think they're going to be using for the last 3 overs.
Najaf Shah now continuing, 2 for 21 off his first 3 into Fawad Alam.
So the predictions have been logged. We got 138, 143, 150, 148, 156, 153, 158. Jay, your final prediction. Need a number.
Final prediction will go with 141 Arsh, how about you?
I'll go with 150. That's kind of low bowling. I'm pretty sure they will. Oops. And that's gone. Edge and taken by the keeper. Khurram Manzoor trying to hit it towards the deep mid wicket, but of no avail. Gets the outside edge and into the keeper's hand.
Well, I think that'll definitely dent the 150 prediction. As we have a look at that one again, Najaf Shah going full, trying to heave that one into the leg side and outside edge, and Morang Patel taking a regulation catch behind the stumps. And so with that, 8 down now are Kingsmen X, and we'll see who comes out to bat. Looks to be Asif Mahmood, but we'll provide you with confirmation in just a second.
So yeah, the predictions are coming. We're going to be finalizing it after this ball. It's going to be closed. And another prediction is, will the Kingsmen play the full 20 overs? Seems difficult with how they are going. That was a run-out opportunity. Some miscalculation there by the batsman. He first said yes, then no. And that's heaved it over the deep mid-wicket boundary for a wonderful 6 by Asif Mahmood. Amazing shot.
This is what Asif Mahmood's capable of. We saw it in that league stage, in that game against the DMV Warriors. Under pressure, in a run chase, he was able to come out and hit the ball to the boundary from the get-go, and that's exactly what he's got to do here today in the semi-finals against SAMP Army. Asif Mahmood there with a maximum, and into the 120s now are Kingsmen X.
And you see the short pitch ball, but giving him the full Mountie there. A good comeback by Najaf Shah there, a good Yorker. There you go, smacked it right off the meat of the bat.
So
Najaf Shah, known for his Yorkers. He's been an amazing bowler.
Now 1 ball left in this Najaf Shah over, and that is very well done to finish off. An excellent Yorker, just hit out towards mid-off, and with that Asif Mahmood, he'll retain strike. 8 and a wicket coming from that over, and Najaf Shah, his 4 overs, 3 for 29. He's been excellent today. After 18, 122 for 8 are Kingsmen X.
Shannon Gabriel coming back into the attack. And Asif Mahmood tries to hit it, but 1 run to the long on fielder. So the viewers, do you think Kingsmen X will be all out before the 20 overs, or are they going to play 20 overs and get to that 150 mark? Do let us know your thoughts about it. Need few big hits from Fawad Alam. He has to use his experience and trying to get the boundaries. Straight to the fielder, that's a good single.
And Fawad Alam is someone who moves around in his crease a lot, especially with that wider stance that he has initially. Asif Mahmood now, and that's short, pulled away on the bounce out to the man in the deep, who does well, and will just be that single. Gets Fawad Alam back on strike. So a few singles to start this over off. It's been a good one from Shannon Gabriel, bowling his final over.
That's stuck to the long on boundary. They're trying to come for the second. Good running in the end. So more than singles and doubles, I think they need some boundaries now, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. Just 8 more deliveries to go in this innings, and some of these they've got to reach the boundary. If Kingsmen X are to get to a good defendable score here.
And that smacked it again in the gap. The batsman will be looking for double. And good 2 runs in the end.
Fawad Alam now facing the final ball of Gabriel's over, and once again slapped out towards deep mid wicket, and this time just settling for the single. With that, Alam will retain strike, and the end of a very good over from Gabriel. The penultimate over goes for just 7, and his own figures 4 overs 1 for 28. With that, the end of 19, 129 for 8 are Kingsmen X.
So last over will be bowled by Saurabh Netravalkar. And the score is 129. They still need 21 runs to breach that 150 mark, which seems difficult at this point. But I would say they need at least 2 boundaries in this last over to get to a respectable score to give SAMP Army any trouble while chasing.
Well, it will be hard to pick up a couple of boundaries off Saurabh Netravalkar, who's been brilliant today.
Oh, that's good shot, but there is protection. at the sweeper point. 1 run.
And that gets Asif Mahmood on the strike. Who has played a good looking shot, hit a maximum earlier today. He's a good finisher, is Mahmood. Let's see what he can do against Saurabh Netravalkar and all the experience Netravalkar has. Oh, and this time that's gone up in the air and sails over third man. 1 bounce into the ropes before. And that's exactly what Kingsmen X needed. May not have come exactly how Asif Mahmood was looking to hit that ball. He was trying to go down the ground, but he'll pick up 4 runs nonetheless, and Kingsmen X will take that with both hands.
Yeah, this is the time they have to go for their shots, and sometimes these lucky edges do give the momentum at the end of the innings, and that's how the focus should be.
Netravalkar now, third man still inside the circle. Has his fine leg. On an outside edge is that it is. And so there's the wicket. Asif Mahmood, he'll have to walk back. 4 and out for him. And Netravalkar, he picks up his second.
Tried to do it twice in a row. Edge and a boundary, but that's what experience is. Saurabh getting his line right, and Monarch makes no mistake behind the wickets.
And so now just 1 more wicket remains for Kingsmen X. 134 for 9 with 3 balls to go. And there's our sponsors for the Unity Cup Season 3. CSM, our equipment partner. And Agua Alkaline Hydration, our hydration partner here for the 3rd edition of the Unity Cup. So we thank them for making this tournament possible. Now back to the semi-finals. The second semi-final this is. Both teams fighting for a spot against Kingsmen in the finals.
So Zia is the last man in. 2 deliveries left. The score is 135. Can Fawad Alam finish with 2 big sixes here? It's been slightly difficult to hit given a good bowling from SAMP Army team. There have been very few loose deliveries in today's match. And no run taken there. It's the last ball now. Kingsmen X would definitely need the boundary of the last ball to get some momentum at the end of innings. 6 runs in the over so far. Has been a good last over by Saurabh. And he's stroked it to the mid-off, and that's a boundary. Mid-off was in the circle, and that's a good way to end the innings. So as far as the prediction goes, the winner is Tarun Chaudhary. He predicted 138. The end score is 139, so he was the closest. Now 140 to win. What do you make of that, Jay?
140 to win. It'll definitely be interesting here. And I think if Kingsmen X can take a couple of early wickets, this very much could be anyone's game. But at the halfway stage, I'm leaning towards SAMP Army here. And SAMP Army requiring 140 to win this game with the batting they have. And there we have a look at the bowling. 3 wickets for Najaf Shah, 3 for 29. and a couple apiece for Saurabh Netravalkar and Ashley Nurse. So some good bowling here by SAMP overall as well. Everyone chipping in. And so 140.
So yeah, batting, they suffered early dismissals. Shehan getting out in the first over, Riza not getting on, even Tajinder. Only the bright spot was Shehan Jayasuriya. Rest, nobody could get it going. There were some good contributions in between, but nothing substantial. I think 139 is below par, and the game will probably be decided in the power play. If Kingsmen X gets couple of quick wickets, it's going to be interesting. Otherwise, I see SAMP Army sweeping Kingsmen X through.
Absolutely, completely agree with you there. And join us for that second half. 140 that SAMP Army need to win, and that's all that separates them from a spot in the finals of the Unity Cup 2023.
Kingsmen X have put 139 runs on the board. SAMP Army's bowling, I mean, they did the job to restrict them to such a low total. I have with me Najaf Shah, who took 3 wickets. I mean, you've been, in terms of this professional cricket, you've been out, you had an injury, and coming back here and the way you've been performing, it's fab.
Yes, I mean, first of all, I am glad I'm doing really well for the team. And I was doing some fitness work, and I'm using my experience. That's all work for me, actually, basically. Okay, if you are experienced and you know where is the ball, the right area, and you get the wicket.
Absolutely. And, in terms of you guys bowling, you guys kept them, just getting 6 to 7 runs and over. I mean, you kept it really tight, taking those wickets. They weren't able to get any momentum. So far, the team has been scoring runs, in each of their games, and this is one of their lowest totals as well. So what do you think of the total 139?
They have really good bowling lineup, okay? So we don't underestimate them. I think we need to bat well to chase this score.
Absolutely. Well, you guys need 140 to win. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm joined here with Shayan Jayasuriya, giving those 42 runs, in the middle, especially when the team was facing a lot of pressure. They lost some wickets. But what do you think of this overall total?
So total is I think we shot 20, 30 runs. So I think if you're in a good position, we can do it better than them.
And in terms of, the batting, I mean, I think you tried to, build up an innings, build up some partnership, but I think the way the SAMP Army was bowling, unfortunately, the wickets just kept falling.
Yeah, because they bowl really good line and length, so that's why I was trying to protect myself, and I just want keep the score up, so that's why I was trying to help.
So I think right now the team has been doing the fielding drills, and in terms of they've seen SAMP Army's bowling, so what's going to be the plan going forward? Obviously the total is, on the lower side, but you guys have that bowling lineup that can definitely defend that total.
Yeah, definitely, because we're going for take the wickets, so without taking wickets, I know we can't win this game, so we're going for wickets.
Well, all the best. Thanks. Hopefully it's a good game.
Yeah, thanks.
That's it from here. Kingsmen X have put 139 runs on the board, and SAMP Army need 140.
Welcome everyone to the second half of this game, the second semi-final of the Unity Cup 2023 between Kingsmen X and SAMP Army. Kingsmen X winning the toss, put up 139 for 9 in their 20 overs. So SAMP Army require 140 to find a place in the finals of the third edition of the Unity Cup. I'm Jael Hansen. Joining me here in the commentary box, Arsh Arora. Great to have you.
Thank you so much. Welcome back, everyone. It's going to be an exciting chase. Kingsmen will be looking for a couple of wickets, and SAMP Army probably 45 to 50 runs. First ball, left alone.
Monank Patel, Andreas Gauss, the two openers for SAMP Army. Monank still looking to get some runs under his belt. Gauss, though, I've seen how destructive he can be throughout this tournament.
Indeed, both of the batsmen. Monank's probably due for some runs in this tournament. So I think this would be a good stage for him not to take too much pressure and just play out few overs, get some run under the belt and be ready for the final tomorrow.
And what's happened there? That one hit in the air by Monank Patel, and that fielder not making too much of an effort to try and catch that on the full. Just gets to it on the bounce. I think in this situation, Kingsmen X, they have got to go for the wickets regardless of how many runs they get hit for, because wickets is what can keep them in the game. They do have a below par total on the board.
Yeah, the fielder at fine leg should have done better work there. He didn't take the proper start and missed an opportunity there. That's a very good ball by Zia.
Zia-ul-Haq now, the bowler opening the attack. He's done well for Kingsmen X. Into Gauss now. And that's driven to the man it covers.
Good bowling here by Zia. But I believe SAMP should not be worried about this. They should not take too much pressure. There is not a lot scoreboard pressure. Here they only need 140 runs. They just need one big partnership and the game is there. And this is the semi-final, of course. No need to worry about the run rate or anything.
No worry, stay there, long inning boy.
It's the final ball of the first over coming up now. That's just going to be it down the ground. Gauss quickly coming across for a single. Good work there, direct hit but well in. And so with that, Gauss off the mark, and SAMP Army, the end of the first over, 2 for no loss.
Sanadu coming from the far end. Good attacking field by Kingsmen X, looking for early wickets.
That's it powerfully straight down the ground. Almost hit Monank at the other end. The SAMP Army, they are the defending champions of the Unity Cup. Won the tournament last year, beating Clarion County Asia United in the finals. And this year, another 138 they need to get a spot in the finals against Kingsmen. Although now that one's just flicked off his pads.
It has been a good performance by SAMP Army. You know, they got an early hiccup by Atlanta Fire where they were defeated, but after that they've come back as a strong team, regrouped and got all their bases covered and have done extremely well here, and looking for their second final in the back-to-back tournaments.
Indeed, their second finals. Slip in place here as Monarch's on strike. And that was just guided towards point. No real pressure on SAMP Army, as we talked about in the last over as well. Just looking to defend the ball, maybe get the odd singles and twos, not really looking for those aggressive shots which we've usually seen SAMP Army go for in the league stage in the quarterfinals. That's just driven towards mid-off.
Good shot. Have been a slow and cautious start from SAMP Army, I would say. But I think they're just more cautious that they don't want to lose any early wickets. But good bowling and pressure created by Kingsmen X here. They're not trying to give any loose deliveries. They're bowling wicket to wicket and hitting that hard length, making it difficult for the experienced batsmen here to go for their shots.
This time short, pulled away and over the boundary as well for a maximum. So Andreas Gauss, he gets the first maximum of the innings, and that's more like the Andreas Gauss we know.
It was more like he was waiting for that. Hassan pitched it a little bit shorter than what he's been on other occasions and paid the price. That's not the type of bowling you would want to in front of Andreas Gauss. He's a good bowler. Next ball, and he's flicked it towards deep square leg, and that's a single. Fielder present there. So at the end of 2 overs, the score is 11 for no loss.
And there are our sponsors for the Unity Cup 2023, the 3rd edition. CSM, our equipment partner, and Agua Alkaline Hydration, our hydration partner. So a huge thank you to them for making the Unity Cup possible, the 3rd edition of the tournament. As we're back live, Ziaul Haq. Oh, and that's short, pulled away, and it's gone through mid-wicket, running away to the boundary. And that'll be 4 more for Andreas Gauss. So he's continuing his charge. We've seen it all throughout this tournament. And once again here now in the semi-finals.
He's looking in a rush, trying to finish this game off in a jiffy. So it's the prediction time here again. Let's see what the viewers think. What will be the score at the end of power play? Come on guys, make your predictions. What do you think, Jay? What would be a good score at the end of power play?
I think it's going to be really hard to say because someone like Andreas Gauss, he gets going and we could well see 75-80. Even perhaps scored in the power play, but I think more realistically I'm going to go with 58 in this power play. Ash, your predictions?
That's quite specific. Let our viewers comment first and then I'll tell you the final word at the end of 3 overs. Waiting for the viewers, what they suggest would be a good power play score for SAMP Army. Also, how many wickets will Kingsmen X get in the power play?
Yeah, and at the moment just a bit of a hold up in play here as the sun is bothering the batsman. Just setting right behind, right in front of the batsman rather, from where the bowler is running in. So that's just bothering Gauss a bit here, hence the hold up in play. But it seems we are set to resume. And that's short. And they're appealing for hit the ball twice. Have they got Gauss here? I don't think they have.
I don't think so. That's the way he was trying to protect his wicket. It would be a surprise to see that he was just trying to prevent the ball from rolling the stumps, and I think he was within his right. But we let the professionals, the umpires, decide here. What do they think?
We'll have to wait for their call. This could be very interesting, as we'll have a look at that one again. So Gauss here. Oh, that was straight on the helmet. And then I think a bit of frustration as well, hitting that ball. If he got an edge on that before that hit his helmet, he could very much be gone hit the ball twice here. This is very interesting. Gauss having a chat with the umpires as well.
Alright, Gauzy, come on, boy! Come on, boys!
So a bit of frustration for Gauss, and I think the sun is still in his eyes, really making it tough for him to play as that sun sets behind us. And Ziaulak runs in now. Oh, and this one's driven past the man at covers, racing away to the boundary. The chase is on and the ball wins it. So Andreas Gauss now. Has that one gotten to the boundary? Or have they stopped it? That's very well done out in the deep. If they have put a stop to it, and it appears that they have. So that is very well done. There's a long chase there from the man inside the circle, running all the way back. And they'll get 3 from it, so saving a run for his side, that fielder. And this time an appeal, but completely missing that cut of Monank Patel.
Good bowling here by Zia, making it difficult for the batsman, asking some difficult questions, not letting the SAMP Army get away that easily. Some nice bowling here. So guys, do continue to get in your predictions. We got 52 for 2, 45 for 1, 39 for 2 in the making.
Another huge appeal there. They're still appealing for that. Kingsmen X, personally I didn't hear a sound from out here.
No, I didn't see either. I think maybe it clipped the pad. We'll see in the replay. I believe it missed everything. There was no impact. It was just excitement from the Kingsmen X player. I didn't see it. The ball just deviated and didn't touch anything from Monank.
Quite an eventful over that as it comes to an end. 7 from it. And after 3, 18 for no loss for SAMP Army. This time short, and that's gone away over deep mid-wicket, and picks up a maximum, does Andreas Gauss.
And a good catch outside the boundary by our spectator. This is not good bowling by Kingsmen X. They're trying to bowl it a little bit short, becoming a little bit more predictable, just short of length, easy pickings. They need to pitch it up, let the ball swing, rather than just going towards the short pitch length.
Go short and on the pads of Andreas Gauss. He will put you away. This time over the offside though. And it's gone over that point region. And another maximum here for Andreas Gauss. And he wants to finish this game off in a hurry.
That's absolutely correct. It was as if he's toying with the bowling. He knew the previous one was short. This is going to be pitched up. He gave room, tried to hit it over cover, and was successful.
Short once again, pulled away into the boundary. Andreas Gauss, he wants to finish this game off before the sun sets, as appears, as he's picked up another boundary. 6-6-4, 16 off the last 3 deliveries.
I think he's taking advantage. The sun is on the backside now, facing the bowler rather than facing him, so he's going to score all the runs from this end and get this match done. So guys, your predictions might change. Let's get it started. This over will change your prediction, so make sure you do it properly.
Some pressure on Ehsan Adil now. We'll see where he goes. Oh, this time!
Oh, that is an amazing shot. He went for the Yorker and Andreas just tucks him up over the third man boundary. I don't know what to name that shot. It's a reverse scoop, I would say.
Well, with modern day T20 cricket and innovation, we've really run out of names for some of these shots. And I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around how did Andreas Gauss play that shot. It was a pretty good Yorker there from Ehsan Adil, like not a bad delivery. But still, somehow, Gauss has got that away.
Oh! He's knocked him over. Ehsan Adil got his revenge. He was smacked for 20 runs in this over, but amazing Yorker. And Andreas goes to the pavilion. But he's played a good hand. 35 of 17 balls. Gave the perfect start to SAMP Army, which was needed.
And they say the bowler always has the last laugh, and Ehsan Adil, he'll be happy with that. May have been it for 20 off his first 4, but he's picked up that big wicket of Andreas Gauss. And the first wicket now falling for SAMP Army. That was full on the stumps. Gauss once again trying to go big, but he's gonna have to walk back.
So new batsman is Sai Teja. He's one of the few players that got 100 in this Unity Cup. An amazing talent. Good ball by Ehsan. At the end of 4 overs, it's 38 for 1.
Alright guys, we need ball a run, only ball a run. Nothing more than that.
Unlucky dismissal for Monarch here. He tried to flick it, but went straight to the short fine leg fielder. Asif Mahmood continuing on his good form. Yesterday he got 4 wickets, and the first ball here he gets a wicket.
Off air, we were just saying how Monarch has got to bat deep. He's got to anchor this innings, and so commentator's curse, if you will. But Monarch goes now, and then the second wicket down for SAMP Army. Kingsmen X fighting back in this game. As we have a look at that again. That was full, just looking to flick it away. And ends up hitting it straight to the man at square leg. A good catch that is. And with that, Monarch Patel goes. SAMP Army now 2 down for just 38.
So I think one partnership is all what SAMP Army needs. For Kingsmen X, I still believe it's an uphill task, but they are fulfilling that, getting 2 early wickets, and which is good. Just need to play patiently for SAMP Army, and they'll get the runs.
And so now I think we'll see Obis PNR. But we'll just confirm that for you.
I think it's Basil Hamid.
Or it may actually be Basil Hamid who's come out to bat. That's short, cut away, and over to the boundary for 4. So Basil Hamid now off the mark with a boundary. Hamid coming ahead of Obis PNR. Arsh, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a good move. They got 2 early wickets. Basil is somebody who can hold the fort with Sai Teja and just build the partnership, and Obis can come in the end and provide the finishing touches. And Kingsmen X have to just get their bowling correct. They are bowling way too short and just giving it easy deliveries for the SAMP Army team. Here you go. Again shot. Cut through the point boundary. 4 more runs. You got a wicket on the first ball. You can't just bowl short pitch delivery and give so much width and room. You need to pull up your socks and get the job done.
Yeah, they've got to bowl well here to Kingsmen X. They can't really give him that width. Bowl a bit short or go too full. You really don't have the runs for that to Kingsmen X. So Basil Hamid, they're picking up back-to-back boundaries. 46 now the score's at. Yes, this is just guided out towards deep third man, picking up a single.
Smart batting there by Basil, right? You get 2 boundaries. No need to panic. Just take a single and continue on with the proceedings.
Absolutely. And that gets Mukamala under strike, who's yet to get off the mark. Just guided towards point.
Good back foot defense by Sai Teja. I really like his technique, and I watched the 100 that he scored. It was nothing extravagant. He played proper cricketing shots and took his time, and I really like how he was very good with over the cover shots, and that's the most difficult shot to hit in cricket, I would say, and he was playing it really well. So this kid has a good future in the USA cricket.
Yeah, recently scored a century, of course, for the US national team. But with that, it's going to be the end of the over. 9 and a wicket from it, and after 5, 47 for 2 are SAMP Army.
Danish Aziz into the attack, left arm spin from the far end. Score is 47 for 2. We had predictions for 52, 55 and 58. Let's see who comes the closest and wins this one. And that struck towards the cover boundary. A good fielding in the end. Very well fielded by the fielder there. Couple of runs for Basil.
This time, once again, trying to get it through covers, but it ends up hitting it straight to the man. Basil Hamid. One away from their 50 are SAMP Army. Oh, and this time, down on one knee, swept it away. There's a man out in the deep, and it'll sail over him. So a maximum there for Basil Hamid. With that, the 50 coming up for SAMP Army. And we're just in the power play.
That's an amazing shot by Danish. Predicted the line, and you can see moved across the crease and hit it for a 6. SAMP Army doing it excellently for themselves, maintaining that pressure. Tucked towards the mid wicket for a single.
That was aerial for a while there by Hamid. He's got to be careful.
This has been a good cameo by Basil Hamid. 18 of just 7 deliveries. There was whatever pressure it was. And there you go, a short pitch ball again. And that's a 6.
What a shot that is by Saiteja Mukamala off the back foot. And absolute power there.
And it's been the same story from Kingsmen X. Just too short, too easy balls. They're like hit me balls, and that's the SAMP Army batsman giving them the proper treatment there.
Yeah, and Saiteja with that. We'll have a look at that again. Well, that's the other end, the bowler's end, and now at the batsman's end. There we can see Mukamala moving back and powerfully hit off the back foot.
Defended. 6 overs, 62 for 2. Jay, you are the one that were closest. You said 58 for 2. So I think you got the honors for this one. A good power play for SAMP Army. 78 of 84 balls. I think shouldn't be much of a trouble.
And there are sponsors for the Unity Cup. CSM, our equipment partner, and Agua Alkaline Hydration, our hydration partner here for the 3rd edition of the Unity Cup 2023. And if they got him, they have. There's the wicket they wanted now. And the 3rd one now falling for SAMP Army. This time it's Basil Hamid who has to go. He was looking good out there for that cameo. But he has to walk back now. Asif Mahmood picking up another wicket. And that even off the first ball once again. He picks up his second. We'll have a look at that again. Asif just getting an edge on that. Basil going to that man there, that keeper. Shayan Jahangir, the man behind the stumps, he'll take that, a regulation catch. And so with that now, SAMP Army 3 down on the first ball of the 7th. And As the batsmen are also changed, we have a change in the commentary box too. Arsh Arora steps out and George Matthias joins me here. Great to have you.
Thank you, Jay. Looks like game is set up nicely. Asif Mahmood looking like he's doing really well with 1.1 overs, 9 runs. He took 2 wickets, important 2 wickets top from the top order. But Sai Tej is still there. SAMP Army still has a lot of batting power to come up. 78 more runs from 83 balls. It's not impossible at all. If they start to put their head down and then they don't have to go crazy. But the important thing is they have Obas, who's been one of the top scorer in this tournament, at the crease now, along with Sai Teja, who's just is fresh from a big 100 a couple of games ago. Ball outside the off stump, driven to point, no run this time.
And Obis PNR, the new man in, he's been in such good form as well. Both PNR and Mukamala. And I think they're gonna want to have to score the majority of the runs here. You need another 78 to win. Do SAMP Army. So these two now, they've got to put up a big 40-45 run partnership, I think, because the top 5 have done the bulk of the run scoring for SAMP Army. After that, the rest of the players really haven't gotten too many opportunities. And so in the semi-finals, they don't want to leave it to them, as that's a short ball pulled away out to the man in the deep. And just a single taken from that. PNR with that off the mark.
Fantastic bowling by Asif Mahmood. As I was saying about Asif Mahmood, he's the top wicket taker for the team. He has taken 11 wickets for the team thus far. Again, one more fantastic ball. Loud appeal. I think it's more of optimistic than anything else. Not out rules the umpire. Again, Asif Mahmood, he's taken 11 wickets for the team. The top wicket taker for the team as well. He's a strike bowler. We can see as it is already. He's finding a great line and length. 1.4 balls, 10 runs, 2 wickets picked up already, especially from the top 2 order.
Oh, the finger's gone up. The finger has gone up. Sai Teja Mukamala has to go. And the 4th wicket now down for SAMP Army. It was just a half appeal, I think, really, from the bowler and the keeper. But Mukamala, he'll have to walk back. He's absolutely distraught there. And Kingsmen X, they have picked up their 4th wicket. They are right back in this. May not be too many runs with SAMP Army have to get, but you've got the top 4. And I think
that's right, Jay. Asif Mahmood, how good is that? He's been a frontline bowler, the strike bowler for the team. Again, striking exactly when they needed the most. And this is a big wicket. Again, Sai Teja, fresh out of big 100. A couple of big games ago. Looks like the bat takes the top edge, the shoulder of the bat, and keeper completes a fantastic catch.
Obis at the non-striker's end. He was definitely not happy with that. But Mukamala, he'll have to go off. Asif Mahmood. Asif Mahmood there. He's got his 3rd. And he is doing so well out in the middle. With the ball in hand, absolutely turning this game around in the Kingsmen X's favour. Oh, that Mukamala wicket has made this game so much more interesting now. 63 for 4 and 6.5. still require another 77 to win.
Next batsman in Jinev Joshi.
This is the impact player substitution. Joshi in place of Shannon Gabriel. This one outside off, just looking to leave it alone there, Joshi.
Fantastic end to it. Another fantastic over. 2 overs from Asif Mahmood. Just 10 runs and picks up 3 top order wickets. Caused plenty of damage to SAMP Army's camp. But going back to SAMP Army, I mean, for them the required run rate is not that high, 5.92. All they have to do is put the head down, singles and doubles, anything crazy. They can do it. But then looks like Kingsmen X have a different plans. They're coming at the SAMP Army pretty strong, and their frontline bowlers are striking just exactly when they need it at regular intervals. SAMP Army 63 5-4 for 4 in 7 overs.
Now this game has made its way to quite an interesting stage. SAMP Army would have to back them at the halfway stage, the innings break. But now Kingsmen X, the first 7 overs having picked up 4 wickets. It's made the game quite interesting. So give us your predictions. Who will win this game and progress into the final? SAMP Army and Kingsmen X. A bonus if you tell us the margin. SAMP Army, how many wickets will they go home by? Kingsmen X, how many runs? As Shubham Ranjit, the new bowler, appeal for LBW. Huge appeal as he's dropped on the pads. But Obas survives.
Shubham Ranjit is the new bowler in. Bowled his first ball. First ball itself, there was a loud appeal. Looked like a ball stayed a little bit lower than Obas expected. However, not out by the umpire. Looks like ball is going down leg side. But again, Shubham Ranjit from India. He played primarily for Goa in domestic cricket. Recently moved to USA. Plays for Seattle Thunderbolts in minor league tournament. Excellent next ball. Just throw it straight to the fielder and covers. Shubham also represented Rajasthan Royals for 1 season, but recently drafted into Seattle Orcas in Major League Cricket. That's going to happen in July. For now, 3 balls. He hasn't given anything away just yet.
That one's just guided towards cover point. So George, your predictions. Who are you backing from here? SAMP Army or Kingsmen X?
I would still back SAMP Army. Less than run a ball. Although they lost 4 wickets, Obas is the critical. Obas needs to stay till the end at this point. But I would still back SAMP Army. But then, given the bowling ammunition that Kingsmen X have it, and the way they were striking every few overs, this is going to go to the wire for sure. It's not going to be a one-sided game like the first game or the 3 of the quarterfinals, but this is going to go to the wire. For some reason, Jay, I think for some reason I've seen most of the games that are played in Bolen 1, they've gone to the last over and they've been close, like Clarion County versus Florida Scorpion. They went to the last over. Exciting for fans, but we'll see. I'm hoping this goes to the last over as well and to the wire as well. So good for the fans.
Yeah, there are many fans around the ground at the moment. A lot watching live on YouTube as well. And what a treat it would be to have this game go down to the wire. Now this Shubham Ranjit over, it's turned out to be really good. Just 1 from it with 1 ball to go. And Jinev Joshi, the man on strike, yet to get off the mark. So this time, That's driven away out to the man in the deep, and so it's going to be a single to finish off. Joshi with that off the mark. He'll retain strike. 2 coming from that over, and after 8, 85 for 4. Or 65 for 4, sorry, or SAMP Army.
Ehsan Adil, bowler, he's changing the end. He's coming from commentary end. He's already bowled 2 overs, gone for 28 runs. I think this is a good strategy for Kingsmen X because he has already gone for many runs. Already, he has given away 28 runs. This is a perfect time for the team to get rest of the 2 of his overs in, while preserve Asim Mahmood's over as well as Zia-ul Haq's over, because they have been bowling really well. Zia-ul Haq only gave 9 runs out from 2 overs. Again, we saw what Asif, he has given 10 runs for 2 overs. So they're going to keep their overs to the later, but they want to get few overs in right now.
That's an excellent.
But for SAMP Army, they just have to keep doing maybe 3-4 runs for now, and then they have to preserve it, especially Obas. Take it to maybe 40 runs required, maybe 35, because then the rest of the guys like Syed and the Najaf Shah, so the Netra Walker, Ashley Nurse, they can come in and finish the game. But the critical thing is the seeing off these middle overs and just get single without much risk. That should. But for Kingsmen X, they gotta go for the wickets. They don't have too many runs.
Yes, Adil comes in now, and that's slapped away out towards deep covers. Ehsan Adil, a rare off day for him. Usually he is very economical wicket taking, and while he has picked up a wicket today, he has been a bit expensive. And we'll see how the change of ends works out for him as he's bowling to Jinev Joshi. That one's hit straight to the man it covers. But SAMP Army, smart batting from them, as you said, just taking those singles and twos. That required rate just over 6, nothing too bad.
We have 5 fielders on the boundary, fine leg, mid wicket, long on, and cover point on the boundary, as well as third man on the boundary. There are 4 fielders manning inside the circle, short mid wicket, mid off, covers, and wide gully. I think the plan is to keep it a little bit short of a good length, nothing full, and keep it on the leg stump, midland leg line. And that's exactly what the bowler is doing right now, giving nothing away, nothing to drive down the ground, making the batsman play square of the wicket.
This one's driven past the man it covers, but there's a field out in the deep.
Good over thus far from Ehsan Adil, just 3 runs and a ball to go. If he can somehow pick up a dot ball here, that would be fantastic for Kingsmen. As far as the SAMP Army goes, they probably want to get a couple of runs on this ball.
We talk about dot balls building pressure. Now they're aiming for that. As this one's driven. And once again, just picking up the single. So the end of a good over here, 4 from it. And after 9, 69 for 4, our SAMP Army requires 71 to win from the final 11 overs.
Yeah, it's on my jacket.
We have a bowler change. Fawad Alam coming for his first over. With his slow left arm orthodox. This is probably the bait from Kingsmen to see if they can pick up a couple of wickets, especially overs. They're probably Kingsmen are looking at picking up overs. They can do that. It's a good change. First ball pitches midland leg, stays a little bit lower, driven to cover point for a single.
Obis PNR, very experienced player he is, having played a lot of cricket in South Africa as well. But for now, Joshi on strike. They're appealing there. First for the catch, now for the stumping.
Fawad Alam has the fields set up as extra cover boundary, long off boundary, long on, mid wicket and square leg. The field is in the circular fine leg, short third, point and covers. Second ball coming up. Excellent bowling. Good line and length. The dot ball in the kitty.
So 3 balls left here in the 10th. SAMP Army going steadily, though they have lost those 4 wickets. And wickets is what will be key. If PNR can bat till, say, the 16th-ish over, 16th, 17th, this is easily SAMP Army's game. Oh, and that one hit right back over him. And they're just settling for the single there, or the 2 batsmen.
Our batsman is lucky to chip the ball over the bowler. He was probably thinking to just drive it down ground, long on region. But ball turned a little more than he expected. Just went over the bowler for a single. Excellent drive to backward point for another 2 runs. Not a bad over for SAMP Army, this one, Jay. So far 4 runs coming up. Even if they can pick another 1 run off the last over, 5 runs off the over with no risk is good for them. But if I am Kingsmen, I would try to look to pick up another wicket or 2 at this point, because they cannot keep giving 5-6 runs and over and let the game go till the line, because they gotta start picking up the wickets.
And this one is just nudged away into the leg side. They absolutely need wickets here, as we're at the halfway stage. 5 coming from that over, and after 10, 74 for 4 are SAMP Army.
New bowler Shubham Ranjane coming from commentary end this time for his second over. First ball driven straight over the head towards the long on region.
And he does very well, that man from long on. Was aerial for a while, bounced in front of him, but made sure the ball doesn't go to the boundary, and the man from long off backing up well there, right behind him. In the case he missed it, because every run from here matters for Kingsmen X. They don't have too many to play with, as that one's through the covers region. But deep covers comes around and just restricts it to the single.
Unfortunate that ball stayed pretty low. Wasn't expected. They're pretty much, there's nothing what batsman can do for that ball. Looks like this is a day 5 test wicket.
What a ball that was. Swung in a mile there. Oh, this time advancing down the track, over extra cover, running away to the boundary, and it gets there in the end. So PNR trying to negate that swing. He steps down the track, and also it's it very wide of that man in the deep.
Fantastic shot that was through the extra cover in a gap between long off and wide cover point. There was a vacant region. Batsman just had to beat the cover fielder, but fantastic shot that was. 5 balls up in this over, 6 runs already. SAMP Army is on target to collect the runs that they needed based on the run rate. Excellent running between the wicket. Put some pressure on the fielder to collect single.
With that, it'll be the end of the over as well. 7 from it, and after 11, 81 for 4 SAMP Army. And this is the phase where really putting that pressure on the field, outsmarting the bowler. This is where the game could be won or lost for SAMP.
Given the target is less than run a ball, the reason Fawad is coming on to ball is because of the left arm off spin, because they have 2 right-hander batsmen. But for Kingsmen, they have to stop those singles. They can't be giving 4, 5, 6 runs and over because they're not defending too large of a target. I would say they probably need to bring another man in. They have 4 inside the circle, because they are easy singles in the circle. I mean, batsmen don't have to take any risk at all. They're not going to go for the boundaries because they know that they just need 4 or 5 runs. The mid wicket is vacant. They probably can plug that.
Absolutely agree with you on that. Make these SAMP Army batsmen have to hit aerial and take risks if they want to score runs. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing now, as fine leg has moved to mid wicket. This time down on one knee, trying to sweep that away, but not connecting on it there. Joshi.
That is a good change. That's far that was made. The fielder moved from fine leg to. That's a catch again, but flows over, covers fielder. That would have made a chance, but batsman able to come back for 2 runs.
Yeah, some cries of catch it there. As we'll have a look at it again. Well, there's the sweep one. Just missing it. But back live now with Alam bowling to Joshi. That's going to be driven through the covers out towards deep extra cover, and looking for that second there was Joshi, but PNR turns him back.
At this point, Kingsmen cannot be giving those 2 runs every time they had a chance. They need to cut that off. Keep that. If there is a single, keep that for single. Because I've seen a couple of times they let the batsman run for 2 runs. They can be doing they gotta keep the pressure on consistently. If they're giving the singles and doubles easily, it's SAMP Army doesn't have to work to take too many risks to score the rest of the runs, because they will finish it easily. It looks like they moved their fielder from short mid wicket to fine leg again. I would say move the fielder, fine leg fielder back to mid wicket, and move that deep fine leg fielder wide a little bit to the backward to make the batsman sweep, and plug that offside as well. Don't give him easy singles. That is end of over. Again, 5 runs comes off that comes from that over as well. SAMP Army needs 54 runs from 8 overs with 6 wickets remaining.
So 54 needed from 48 deliveries. PNR 16 off 18. And Joshi at the other end 8 off 15.
Shubham Ranjane back for his 3rd over of his spell. First ball goes, batsman rotate for 2 runs. Ball was shorter outside the off stump, driven to extra cover and for single. The cover field is a little bit wider. He needs to be a little bit more straighter, but smart batting by the batsman.
Smart batting indeed, not really taking too many risks. They've got many gaps in the field they can look for, as this one's just clipped away off the pads, out towards deep mid wicket. They want the second, and making it back quite comfortably in the end as well. So some good running there from PNR and Joshi. And once again we go back to the point of the field being too spread. They're trying to just they're playing very defensively, our Kingsmen X, as far as the field goes. They've got to be more attacking, in search of those wickets, and really make the batsmen play aerial to score runs. This one is well driven out to deep covers for the single.
At this point, Kingsman needs to pick up a wicket. How will the wicket come? They probably need to bring their another strike bowler back. Maybe I would bring Asif Mahmood back for 1 more over. See, because they cannot keep him for too long. There will be no runs left to defend.
Yeah, Asif, he's just bowled the 2, 3 for 10. Another option could be Ziaul Haq, 2 overs for 9. He's been a very wicket-taking option for Kingsmen X throughout the season.
chance of a run out in that quick single taken, but I guess looks like Jinev Joshi is quick enough to make the non-striker's end. That's pretty quick running between the wicket. Very nice running. They're not taking risks, as you said earlier. Without the risk, they already scored 6 runs in that over. This over, with just another ball to go, make it 7 in that over. SAMP Army 93 for 4 in 13 overs. They just needed 49 runs or 47 runs from 42 balls. Not a big required run rate, and they can keep going like this until for maybe last 12 balls or so. Keep 6-7 run rate or 8 run rate. That's still manageable with big hitters in the pavilion to come. But for Kingsmen, they gotta look to pick up wickets. Maybe one. Ideally, they want to get Obas out. But if you can get 2, that would be icing on the cake. That'll make the game even more interesting.
Fawad Alam here, none for 10 in his first 2. Starts off one on the pads, just clipped away for the single. Oh, and this time goes for the big shot off the back foot, and that one's sailing well over the boundary. So Jinev Joshi now amongst the maximums, and what a shot that was, rocking off the back foot, and he has deposited that one over deep mid wicket. We have a look at that again. Alam going a bit short and having to pay the price there. Joshi deep in his crease, and on to the second field that is. There we have a look at it, almost level with the stumps.
I like the plan from SAMP Army. Looks like the plan is Obas to hold one end and stay there till the end. Jinev Joshi go for runs. That's a good plan. I mean, one of them needs to take a little bit more risks, which maybe Jinev is the one who can take some risks, because with the Fawad, Obas is very good rotating strike, and if he wants to increase the run rate, he can do it later too.
And with that, it's now brought down to exactly a runner ball. That's an appeal for LB. Looking to sweep that away down to fine leg, picking up a couple of runs. But yeah, we go back to that strategy part. I think that is what they're looking for now, as the 100 came up with that maximum for SAMP Army. That PNR hold up one end, and Joshi had been playing well up until then, just looking for the singles and 2s, and then really now starting to go for his shots. But I think if they get the bad ball one short, then both of these batsmen, they will still look to put it away. As we have seen throughout this tournament with SAMP Army. And this one driven past covers. Out to the man in the deep. They want the second. And making it quite comfortably in the end as well. That's well run.
Fantastic running between the wicket. I think it looks like the cover fielder kind of slipped. He would have stopped. I think he probably slipped and he let the ball go. But that was, regardless, fantastic running between the wicket. Fantastic, good bowling again. The ball spun a little more than batsman expected. Obas was trying to drive the ball. Not Obas, I'm sorry. Jinev Joshi was trying to drive the ball again between the cover fielder and long on, but just failed to make any contact. There was appeal for stumping. Umpire ruled it not out. Boundary riders for Fawad is the backward square leg, mid wicket. long on, long off, and deep extra cover. And short third, point, cover point, covers, and short fine leg. Excellent finish to the over. Good finish. Well, not good finish, but then the over went for 11 runs as it is. Good over for SAMP Army.
104 for 4 now at the end of 14.
अरे कोई टेंशन नहीं है सर और चल रहा है कैमरा टीवी पे देखो कैमरा चल रहा है हो गया बंद वैसे ही कर दूं पहले ही कैसे कर दूं ये मुझे 93 था मुझे लगा मुझसे मेरा हाथ लग गया मुझे लगा मेरा हाथ लग गया अब पता नहीं हुआ था ना चलिए मैं मेरा हाथ लग गया उसके ऊपर वो चलिए मैं लगा रहा हूँ
We have a bowler change. The strike bowler Asif Mahmood back in action as we expected. We talked about earlier that we need a strike bowler to come back to pick up a wicket or two, because the batsmen are going pretty comfortably right now, and they need just run a ball at this moment. First ball from Asif Mahmood. Good start, but the short ball outside the off stump. Lofted over, cover point for huge 6. That's the flattest 6 I've seen in a couple of days from Obus's bat.
You really can't afford to bowl short to Obus PNR. He will put you away. Asif Mahmood, he bowled well up until that point. 3 for 10 in his first 2. Short and wide that, and Obus PNR pounces on it. Not one to miss out. And once again, with that going on to the second field, it'll take some time to get that ball back, but it appears it has been recovered now. And goes back to Asif. Well, I think we'll either have to change up his line or length. You cannot bowl short and wide. Up goes much fuller there, outside off. And just towards backward point, that's it. So that
Asif looks like needs to go back to the line that he bowled second over. It was much closer to the body. Short of a good length. This 2 balls were a little bit wider. Give some room to Obus to free his arm, but this was a better ball, slower ball, played well, glided to the third man for single. But Asif needs to go all out.
Yeah, just another 29 more needed. Swing and a miss there, outside off. Now we can see the lights come on as well, as they start to take effect with the sun setting. This time short, just hit out towards deep point by Joshi.
Except for the 6 runs in the first ball, this has been a decent over for Kingsmen, but then 8 runs is now going to be too expensive.
And more than runs at this stage, they need wickets, as that's short, pulled away. There's a man out in the deep, but it's gonna go past him. 1 bounce into the ropes for 4, so 6 to start the over off, a 4 to finish. 12 coming from that Asif over, and a big one that is. And after 15, 116 for 4 are SAMP Army, inching closer towards that 140 target and a spot in the finals.
Let's look at the replay of that short ball. Obus is not going to let that go. Pull towards Wideish backward point, and fielder failed to stop that. Easy 4 runs for SAMP Army. 116 for 4 in 15 overs. Obus is batting at 34 from 27 balls. Geneve is 20 from 24 balls. Zia-ul Haq is coming for his third over of second spell from far end. First ball ruled wide down the leg.
This time full on the pads, just flicked away out towards deep square leg. And Joshi now picking up a single. Now that last over, what it's done is that, especially now, SAMP Army really aren't under much pressure. Even before that, that required rate wasn't too high, but after that over now, if these two bat till the end, the runs will come. 22 needed in 29 deliveries.
Good Yorker from Zia-ul Haq. Dug it out to cover point for a single. You know, before the game, I looking at the way these teams performed in the league stage and a quarterfinal, I thought Kingsmen had a slight advantage over SAMP Army, but I am proved wrong yet again. You never know in T20. The roster on the paper is one thing. This ball short, pulled over fine leg for a big 6. It was a bad ball anyway. Rightly treated by Geneve Joshi, who moves to 21 from 25 balls. Here we go. Short ball, middle of the pitch. Nicely sit up down the leg. Helped it over fine leg for 6 runs. Umpires today: Ishan Mule and Avik Ganguly, and we have a third umpire here, Harsh Upaluru, and match referee scorer Rohan Chambers, and third umpire Rohan Chambers, and Anil Pap, the boss of all the managers.
And it up.
And scorer Purav.
And it appears that Geneve Joshi is gone here. So SAMP Army, the 5th wicket now falling for them. But is it a bit too late now for Kingsmen X? That's the question. Joshi there, looking to finish this game off in a hurry, but ends up finding the man. We'll have a look at that one again in just a second.
Need 15 from 25. I think Geneve Joshi did his job that the team wanted him to do. Run a ball, and that's what it was from the beginning. It was less than run a ball. So he did exactly what the team wanted. Now they're at 15 from 25. They have 5 wickets in kitty. I think they're going to cruise from here on. New batsman in is Ashley Nurse.
Absolutely, and Joshi, run a ball 27. He's got them close. Would have liked to finish it off himself, see them through to the end. but he'll have to go nevertheless. As you said, his job is done here. He's got them in touching distance of a spot in the finals. And now Obis PNR at the non-striker's end. Ashley Nurse, it appears, comes out to bat.
Ashley Nurse is not going to stay hanging off for too long. He's going to try to finish it quickly. But let's see what he's actually going to do. There you go.
Let's hit him on the pads there, but the umpire not interested in that. Calls leg bias. Seem to be going down like that. And with that, it'll be the end of the over. So 10 and a wicket coming from it, and after 16, 126 for 5 or SAMP Army. 14 needed from the final 4 overs.
Ehsan Adil is back for his final over. SAMP Army need 14 from 24 balls. What can Ehsan Adil do? Maybe pick up a couple of wickets, put some pressure on SAMP Army. But in the meantime, Ashley Nurse looks sent to go all out, looks like.
And Kingsmen X in this game, even if they go down, they're a team which are going to go down fighting till the last ball, till the last run is scored. But for now, Adil into Nurse. Just looking to hit that into the offside. They're trying to drive at Nurse, but just past the outside edge that.
That was fantastic ball from Ehsan Adil. Ball missed the stump by Whisker. The ball turned in a little bit, cut in a little bit. I would say maybe Ashley Nurse didn't expect that. Regardless, fine ball.
And that's well done by the bowler. Hit powerfully by Nurse, but he's done well to stop it. As Adil.
Can Ehsan get a maiden over here? That would be interesting. That would make the game a little more interesting. With the 14 needed from 24 balls. 22 balls, I'm sorry. Can they make the game a little more interesting? Big swing. Tried to hoik the ball over mid wicket, but completely misses it. It was nowhere near the ball to finish. Batsman was looking for wide ball, but it was not. It was nowhere close to the wide line. It was about a couple of inches from the stumps, to be honest. We have another fielder going to boundary, mid-wicket cow corner boundary. We have long on, cow corner, backward square leg, and third man, cover point boundaries. Full ball outside the off stump. Pretty much Yorker ball driven to wide mid off. Batsman scampered through for a single.
So no maiden over for Adil, but nevertheless he's bowled well, just given the single off the first 4 deliveries. And PNR now is playing an invaluable innings at the moment. Looking to finish it off though, see it till the end. And that's just clipped away towards a vacant mid-wicket region for that single. Interesting to see now, even with such few runs needed, There's still just a fine leg inside the circle on the leg side. Surely you want to have another man in there. Have some dot balls, create that pressure. But for now, Nurse to face the final ball of the 17th. Oh, and that's short. Pulled away, long on. Oh, just past him, and it's going to run away to the boundaries, and it is. So a boundary to finish the over off. It was an opportunity for a catch. Very tough though. And bounced just in front of that man there at long on. It's going to go to the boundary as well. So Nurse, he picks up a boundary. And 6 runs now coming from this over.
Short ball. Ashley Nurse tried to put it away. Tried to score maximum. Ball chips up to wide of long on fielder. But I think that's a little poor effort from the long on fielder. He could have gotten to under the ball a little quicker. That's a chance goes down, I would think. SAMP needs just 8 runs from 18 balls. Pretty much game is sealed, I guess. But right now I think it looks like umpires are going to change the ball. Maybe discolored, or it has traveled to the concrete and parking lot a lot too often. We have a match referee walking in with the spare balls.
Zia-ul-Haq now continuing. That's a short ball pulled away out to deep fine leg. And just a single taken by PNR. 7 more needed to win now for SAMP Army and book themselves a spot in the finals of the Unity Cup. So not too far away. Into Nurse now, and that's driven straight down the ground. Out towards long on, and they'll just pick up the single. That gives PNR the strike, and 1 hit away now are SAMP Army.
6 runs needed from 14 balls. Obas on strike, batting at 37 from 31 ball. Good ball, Yorker length. Dug it out, ball travels to third man for a single. So far, SAMP Army is content with run a ball. They don't have to do anything crazy. 3 balls, 3 runs. Zia-ul-Haq running in for 4th ball of the over. Big heave, failed to make a good connection. Ends up just edging back to the bowler.
So 5 more needed here for SAMP Army. As Zia-ul-Haq runs into Ashley Nurse. And that's a full toss, driven through the offside and races away to the boundary. Scores are level here at Bolen Park. And 1 run away are SAMP Army from the finals of the Unity Cup.
That was a full toss freebie from the bowler. Outside the off stump. Easy pick for Ashley Nurse, who drives the ball through the through the covers, the vacant boundary for easy 4 runs. 1 run to go. Final ball of the over coming up. And this ball, short ball, pulled to wide of the backward square leg to complete a victory and
With
seal
that,
a
Sam,
spot in the finals to face Kingsmen Cricket tomorrow at Bolen Park again.
a SAMP Army, a comprehensive victory for them. 5-wicket win. And as you said, into the finals they are now. So the big game tomorrow at 11 p.m. SAMP Army taking on Kingsmen Cricket. And that will not be a game to miss right here at Bolen Park. And once again, we'd just like to thank our sponsors here. CSM, our equipment partner, and Agua Alkaline Hydration, our hydration partner. So thank you to them. But for now, SAMP Army, they'll celebrate as they move into the finals of the Unity Cup 2023 for the 2nd consecutive time. Do the defending champions, and there's the summary. Thank you all for joining us. And remember to tune in tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. for what should be a very entertaining game of cricket coming right your way. And don't go anywhere, because we've got the post-match presentation coming right your way.
Semi-finals, the second one of the day here at Unity Cup Season 3. It was Kingsmen X versus SAMP Army, and SAMP Army, our defending champions, have made it to the finals again. But first, I would like to call the losing skipper from Kingsmen X, Shayan Jangir. Shayan, unfortunately, you guys have had an amazing journey, but the journey ends here.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. One team had to win, and they were the better side today. They've been playing good cricket throughout the tournament, and they delivered at the semifinals. I mean, it's a lot to learn and lots of learnings, and we we're going to let this dust settle and see where we can go from here and build from strength to strength.
Absolutely. I mean, for you, getting a chance to captain such a side and, have such a great tournament leading you here, how have you enjoyed this journey here at Unity Cup?
I love leading Stallions X. I mean, the boys, the experience, the senior players that we get in the team, they're always there to support me, help me, guide me, and, give me all those little tips along the way. And, yeah, these things I don't take for granted. And definitely the loss hurts, but we still have our shoulders high, and we're going to go back with a smile, but reflect on the loss for sure and come back stronger in the next games. And
as a skip, how do you motivate the guys? Obviously, when you guys got off the first innings, the total was a bit on the lower side. I know you guys had enough bowlers, to back that. Fortunately, it just didn't work out today. SAMP Army came on to as a better side.
Yeah, I mean, these games are very crucial. A 140 run on the board, it's a little bit of tricky score. You don't know if you have to go for it or you got to save your wickets early on. But Andres showed his class at the top and took the game away from us, honestly. And our bowlers bowl well in the middle, got some wickets. But again, in the end, Obus came and showed his calmness and did what he does always.
Thank you so much, and thank you again for being here. Next, I would like to call the winning skip, Manang Patel from SAMP Army. SAMP Army, our defending champions, are into the finals. Pretty happy with the squad?
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing really good cricket throughout the tournament, and I'm really happy for the boys the way we played today, and looking forward for finals.
Now, for you guys, you just had the one hiccup. Otherwise, the games had been going well. So what was the talk after that kind of re-motivated the guys to get them here?
I think if you see throughout the tournament, our bowling is our strength, and we last three games we've been bowling really well, and we bowled out the opponent team in the last three tournaments. I mean, the last three games, and I feel like once our bowlers restrict them under 150, 140, our batsmen are doing the job.
Absolutely, and today we definitely saw, a lot of sensible batting. It was a low total, and I think the guys did obviously, Gallows, gave a good start, and then after that, I think the boys did a great job not to give wickets away, to make sure they had the run, not doing too risky.
Yeah, absolutely. The way I think Obus and Genev batted, their partnership was really crucial, and they played like really sensible cricket. And we knew that once we have that crucial partnership, we'll finish like in the 18th or 19th over.
Congratulations again. Next, I have the man of the match, Obus, for 38 not out, leading the team as well to a victory and 3 catches in the field. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good. I think we've had a couple of semi-finals with SAMP now since I've been involved with them, so it's nice to get through to the finals.
Absolutely. And how are you enjoying, this finishing in each of these matches from the most part, going in there, building up the innings, get the team to a good total, or leading them to a win?
Yeah, I think it's a role that I've played my whole life, even in South Africa. That's a role I like to play, so it suits me quite nicely. I try and understand where the game's going and what I need to do, and luckily it's worked out well for me this week.
Yeah, and the bowling, it's been tomorrow playing against Kingsmen. They're a side with a lot of international talent. So what's the preparation going to be like tonight?
I think, obviously, just touching on that, I think I just want to say well done to our bowlers. They were phenomenal. They basically won us the game. I know 140 is a difficult chase, but I think they won us the game there. And then just more of the same tomorrow. Bowl well. Our bowling has been so good, and then hopefully the batters can pull it through.
And I do want to have you upon you've been batting with him as well in the past. No, you didn't get a chance to bat with him in this innings, but Andreas Gallows, I mean, he's been brilliant throughout the tournament. I think him and Marino are up to in terms of getting the most runs.
Look, he's such a good player. I wanted to say he's in a purple patch, but he's been doing it for 2 years consistently, so he's just forever in a purple patch. What a player. I'm glad to have him in my team.
Congratulations and all the best tomorrow. That's our man of the match, Obus. Well, SAMP Army have made it to the finals. The finals will be tomorrow here at Bolen Park. It will be starting at 11. It's going to be Kingsmen versus SAMP Army.